Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, GP Cooks. Today, I'm going to show you a bunch of foods that I can still eat with a feeding tube and with severe gastroparesis. Plus, stay till the end for a new recipe. So, the first thing I do is make green tea with honey and lemon. This really helps to settle my stomach in the morning. Now we're going to get on to the refrigerated and frozen foods that I'm able to eat. Now keep in mind, I eat very, very low portions of this, and I usually only eat 1 to 3 things a day, but it's still, I can eat all of it on its own in little portions. So the first is Arctic Classic ice cream. Now this is literally from the dollar store. It was a find that my mom found, like, by accident. But it tastes so good, and it only has 2 grams of fat and no fiber for 2/3 cup. Normally, I can't eat the full 2/3 cup, but if you can, then go for it, because this is, you can have like a really big portion of this. Since for me, my gastroparesis diet, and take this into account because this is from a gastroparesis nutritionist, is 4.5 grams of fat per serving and 3 grams of fiber per serving. So I eat, when I'm eating on off the feeding tube, I have less than 50 grams of fiber a day. No, less than 50 grams of fat a day and less than 15 grams of fiber a day. So it's really important that you're measuring your food for the serving sizes so you don't go over the fat or fiber, because that leads me to throw up at least. But for now, I just have been eating around a half cup of some ice cream, and it really works. Another ice cream is Yasso snack bars. Now, I've had a few different flavors of these, and they're all really good. And these ones are really tiny. They're only 45 calories and 1.5 gram of fat. And so they're really tiny. But my mom bought me chocolate chip cookie dough ones that are normal size, and they're still in the fat range that I'm allowed to have. The next one is, this one's very important for people who are on a liquid diet or cannot eat a lot by mouth and don't have a feeding tube. So this is Ensure Max. So normally Ensure and Boost has way too much fat for me to handle anyway, but Ensure Max only has 1.5 grams of fat and 2 grams of fiber. So this is perfect for meal supplements when you cannot physically eat, but yeah. The next is applesauce. I've mentioned in previous videos that applesauce is your best friend, and it's true. So with applesauce, you can eat as much as you want because it's 0 fat and it's 1 gram of fiber. But it's like really good to eat because it gets you nutrients that you can't really have without fruits and vegetables. The next one is apple juice, also Mott's. My mom gets the low sugar Mott's for Tots one because she thinks that sugar affects my stomach negatively. I'm not sure if this theory is true, but this is what I drink. It tastes a little different than apple juice, but normal apple juice should be fine too. It's important to get calories in with liquids, so having this is really important. Now this next one, listen, if you have gastroparesis, you know all about going to the bathroom and how it's not that easy to go to the bathroom. So something that you can do besides taking laxatives that could slow down your motility is magnesium citrate. Now I get the one in a lemon flavor, and it's very, very sour. It's really hard to drink sometimes, but it's really important. Plus it gets fluids in. You can put it through your tube if you have a feeding tube. It's better than Miralax because it works better, because with Miralax, you have to drink an entire cup of liquid that you mix the Miralax with for it to work. But this, you can just have a few sips and it'll work within a day or two, which I find really helpful because I can't always drink a full cup of apple juice or whatever I put the Miralax in. Now on to the non-refrigerated and frozen stuff. First is cream of wheat. Now, do not get this confused. Do not buy oatmeal. Oatmeal is very, very high in fiber, and you can't have oats, you can't have oatmeal if you have gastroparesis. It's too high in fiber. So the cream of wheat is a great substitute, and 0 fat and 1 fiber. And they come in little packets. They come in all different flavors. And for the originals, I like to put maple syrup in it, so that way it still has a flavor, even if, because I don't really like the originals by themselves. So you can add maple syrup because that's safe too, for me anyway. And cream of wheat is good for when you're hungry, because if you're really hungry, but you're on a liquid diet or you just can't handle solid food that day, cream of wheat is really good because it has protein. See how much protein it has. 3 grams of protein, which isn't a lot, but it's a lot more than some of the other stuff I'm going to be showing you. The next one is rice cakes. So, this is, I almost finished them. Sorry, my mom's buying more. But, so these are popped corn rice cakes. Now, don't get this confused either. You can't have popcorn. At least I can't. I was told popcorn's a big no-no because of the shells. Not the shells, whatever they're called. The kernels. Because of the kernels. So I'm not really supposed to have popcorn. So this is a great alternative. And they come in a bunch of different flavors too. And this one has 0.5 grams of fat and 0 fiber. So these are really good. I usually don't eat a whole one at once. I usually break off some pieces and eat them, but they taste really good and they're a good substitute. The next is just simply fruit snacks. Now, I decided that I was going to try fruit snacks because my vitamins are gummy, and I was like, well, I hold down my vitamins, so why not hold down fruit snacks? And in the beginning, it was hard because they filled me a lot, but I've been getting hungrier and hungrier. And so fruit snacks are really good for when I'm hungry. And they don't have fat, and you can even get low sugar ones if you're concerned. And you have to make sure though, because some of them do have 3 grams of fiber, which is in the range, but if you look for like high fiber ones, you have to make sure that it's only 3 and not more. The next one is something I eat all day long. Saltines. You can get any brand, any price, doesn't matter. They're all the same. And they have 1.5 grams of fat and 0 fiber for 14 saltines. I'm not eating 14 saltines at once. So even that 1.5 is like very not happening. So having saltines are really, really, really good because they're really good on your stomach. You can suck on the salt because I know a lot of you need salt because you have low blood pressure, which I also have. So I have to take salt pills. I have to add salt to everything. So having something salty that you can mush up in your mouth and just like suck on it until it's mush and then swallow is perfect. So I really suggest saltines. The next is marshmallows. You can get any marshmallows. My mom got me Peeps for Easter, and I've been eating those, and I don't eat a lot at one time, but they have no fat. Marshmallows are fat-free, and there's not even fiber on here, so there's no fiber. So these are very, very safe to eat. They do have a lot of sugar, so it depends on if you feel as though sugar hurts your stomach. I don't feel that way, but I usually don't eat a lot of these at once, but if you want, marshmallows are really good. The next two are actually baby food products, and I know that might be off-putting, but I'm 19 and half my food's Gerber, and they don't taste bad. So these are puffs, and these have 0 grams of fat and 0 grams of fiber, and they're only 25 calories for 60 pieces. And here, I'll show you what they look like. They're really tiny. And you suck on them until you just swallow. And they come in banana, these are peach. They come in a bunch of different flavors, and they're good. And don't think that you can't eat just because it's baby food. Like, that's okay. That really is okay. And the next one is also Gerber, and it's Little Crunchies. These I recommend so highly because every time we went to the store, I would say to Brandon, ooh, I want this. Like, I want Cheetos, and I want baked cheese curls and cheese balls. And he's like, you can't have those. We would look every time I went to the store just hoping it would change. But these are only 2 grams of fat for 16 pieces, and they're very easy to eat, and they taste just like a regular cheese curl. So I really suggest that. And the last one is actually going to be in our recipe that's following this video, and that is peanut butter powder. Now, I get PB2. This is Peanut Butter & Co. peanut butter powder, and this only has 1.5 grams of fat and 1 gram of fiber for 2 tablespoons. Now, that is a huge difference from peanut butter, because peanut butter used to be my favorite food, and I cannot eat it at all anymore. It's just way too high in fat. I haven't had nuts or peanut butter in a very long time. Now, this is a great substitute, and you can mix it with water, and it becomes peanut butter. You just have to stir it up until you get the consistency you want, and then you can eat it with a banana or eat it on a saltine. But don't use real peanut butter, please. And this you can also put in smoothies, and what we're going to be putting it in is, oh, I also put this in my cream of wheat, but we're going to be putting it in nice cream. So stay tuned, because now that's all of my food that I eat. Obviously, I don't eat it all in one day. Like I said, I eat like 1 to 3 things a day, usually just saltines and ice cream. But I'm going to be making nice cream, which is frozen bananas and this. I'm going to make peanut butter banana ice cream, and I have fat-free chocolate syrup that I'm going to be putting on it. And I will show you that now. Okay, here's the recipe. So, first, I have frozen bananas. I'm only going to use 1 banana in this because I'm not that hungry. So, we have the frozen banana. Now you have to break it up. Break it up. Don't worry, my hands are clean. And let me wash them one more time. So, now we're going to put some PB2 or peanut butter powder into our bananas. It's very important that your banana is frozen, because if not, it'll just make a smoothie. And we want an ice cream texture. Yeah, so I didn't measure that, but it should be 2 tablespoons. So it just finished mixing, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to scoop it out into a bowl now. Nice ice cream texture. It's a little watery because of the water I had to add. So if you really want it to be like ice cream, you can always just put it into the fridge, into the freezer. But it's pretty solid. It's delicious. So this is what it looks like. Of course, it's not that frozen, but if you, like I said, if you want it to be more frozen, just put it right in the freezer. So now I'm adding my chocolate syrup to my nice cream. Yum. And this is fat-free. So Hershey's Milk Booster genuine chocolate flavor. This is fat-free with calcium and vitamins. So, I'm going to enjoy mine ice cream. And I hope you enjoyed this video and you got some tips on what to buy if you have gastroparesis and a really fun recipe. So, don't forget to like and subscribe.